This video has been made to follow up to the video I made regarding Black Widow, the film or the movie Black Widow. Now, it was scheduled to be released in May 2020, and I for one was looking forward to it, as I mentioned in the previous video. Now, because of the coronavirus pandemic, which has affected basically the whole planet, it has been moved to a later date in the year. Now it's been moved to November 2020. I'm sure Marvel Studios is hoping the cinemas, the movie theatres will be open by that time, because if they're not, it's going to be difficult, isn't it? How are they going to recoup the money? Black Widow, of course, is a Marvel character who want to find out a little bit more about a background, and that's why I think many people like myself were looking forward to seeing the Black Widow film. Now, the thing is with Marvel, they've got lots of films in store, haven't they? They've got lots in store for us, lots of entertainment. They've got the Eternals, they've got one called Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings. Doctor Strange, they've got that one, a new one, it's about the multiverse of madness. And they've also got the Thor film, which is Thor, Love and Thunder. Now, these are all films that are going to be released by Marvel Studios. And obviously there's other films as well that are bringing out. But it talks about the Eternals, for example, that's next year. Apparently that's going to be in February next year. But it does depend, doesn't it, on this coronavirus pandemic and how that's going to affect things, because it's quite a serious issue, isn't it? Coronavirus at the moment. People are very worried about their friends and their families and obviously their loved ones, and it's difficult for families to cope in this time of difficulty. So I think a bit of escapism is actually very helpful for us mental health, because that escapism gives you that little bit of a release, I think, in a way, to thinking about all the things that are going wrong in the world, doesn't it? That's why we like these escapist type of films such as Black Widow and the like. So I mentioned it in the previous video, but I'll be doing a review of Black Widow when it comes out in November. Hopefully it will come out in November, but it does depend on the studios, really, doesn't it? It does depend on the theatres, whether they'll be open or not, because that depends on the coronavirus issues we're facing at the moment. Currently it's May 2020 as I'm giving this video out to you. Now, Marvel have got what they've called Disney Plus, haven't they? Well, Disney, sorry, who own Marvel Studios, they've got Disney Plus, and they can put films on Disney Plus if they want as well. So they've got that avenue to go down. And there was hints in one report I read that might be the route they might take if it carries on the way it's going at the moment with the theatres. Because obviously, think about it, if Marvel got all these films, they moved Black Widow to November 2020, and hopefully the theatres will be open by then, because a lot of people are being affected. Jobs, livelihoods, people's lives have been affected by this pandemic. And if you imagine it, think about it, if the theatres don't open, the people are not buying tickets, are they? Nobody's going to the theatres, and how can you have social distancing in theatres? How are you making any money? So it's a difficult one, isn't it? It's a very difficult time that we are going through at the moment as a race of human beings on this planet. And like I say, Disney, they've got Disney Plus, which is a streaming service, and that's one way they could do it. They could release the films through Disney Plus. I mean, what I like personally about Disney Plus, actually, Disney Plus is good because at the moment they don't charge you when they put films on Disney Plus. So all the films on Disney Plus are included in the subscription, which is very good. Sometimes you go on some of these other streaming services and you might pay a fixed fee monthly, but then when you want to watch a film, they might charge you extra for the film. But if it carries on and into November with the films not being able to be shown because there's no theatres open, just for example, if the social distancing and all that sort of thing carries on, Disney might decide to do that, to put the Marvel films on Disney Plus and charge, because I mean, it'd be great if they put the films on Disney Plus and didn't charge, but I can't see them putting on these big budget films on Disney Plus and not charging. Because like I said, normally what they do is they put them in the theatres, make lots of money on them, because people love the films, the Marvel films, and then later on, a few months down the line, they'll put them on a streaming service. That's what they're obviously doing. Like, for example, Star Wars that is owned by the Disney company. That's actually on Disney Plus now, the latest Star Wars, and also they've got the other things like Mandalorian and things like that. So it'll be interesting to see what happens though with these massive budget films that I mentioned to you before, such as Thor, Love and Thunder, and of course the Eternals and Doctor Strange. These type of big budget films, and the Black Widow is the main one we're talking about in this video. If it carries on the way it's going now, I mean, obviously, like I say, it's actually current as I'm speaking to you, May 2020. But if it carries on, and we get to November and we're still in this sort of situation we're in now, how can Disney make the money on the films like Black Widow if the theatres are not open, or if only small theatres are open? They need massive ticket sales, don't they, to make the money back and make more money back. Triple and triple the profits they made in creating a film to start with. And that's the thing that we need to look at, really. I mean, I don't know how it's going to work out, to be honest. Nobody knows the future, did they? We don't know what's going to happen in November. I don't know. Do you know? So we're looking forward to, hopefully, things are going to be settled down by November, and hopefully we'll be able to go to the cinema with our families and enjoy the films or the movies that way. If not, it looks like, you know, like I say, I don't know for definite, but it looks like if it carries on the way it's going now, I reckon Marvel is probably going to start putting some of these big films, releasing them on Disney Plus, because that's how else we're going to do it if it carries on the way it's going. Hopefully, I don't want it to go down that road. I'd rather watch it on the big screen first, and then later on watch it on Disney Plus without charge, rather than paying for it on Disney Plus. I'd rather Disney Plus to stay as it is, one monthly subscription, and not paying anything extra for films or anything, just a one monthly subscription. I'm sure you agree. It works out, and I hope November comes, November 2020, and we can see these films, and we similar, get back to the relaxed, a little bit more relaxed attitude and actions. But at the moment, people are panicked, aren't they? People are panicked. You know, social distancing. You know, people have got fear they might catch the disease. Anyway, it's time for me to say goodbye, and I'll speak to you again in the future.